inside the house.
Where did you see this? Where did you see it? You saw it through that window?
The window?
Through that window?
I'm not comfortable with a statement confirming or denying the possibility that the McPhersons were abducted by extraterrestrials. My deputy found the tape at the McPherson place, and the McPhersons have been heard from since. Now, beyond that, I have no comment.
And copies of this videotape began to circulate among UFO enthusiasts. It begins with a birthday party, obviously shot on home video. But then, the party takes a strange turn. A power outage and a flash of light caused the men to investigate an apparent plane crash on the other side of the hill.
It's a spaceship, Mike. I know it is. No way. It's not a spaceship. Holy dead. Holy guys, I'm zoomed in. It's a spaceship.
Moments later, the UFO's occupants emerge.
Holy
Welcome to GUFON radio stream. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and we are talking about the McPherson abduction case. Some deem it as a legitimate abduction, one of those lost tape scenarios where a family's recording a birthday party when they see lights from outside shining in. I remember when this came out, I think it was in '83, and I kept saying, I don't know, maybe they're acting, maybe they're not. Some parts look well acted, some parts don't. But what we have here, no, it's not a failure to communicate. What looks like could be an actual recording, whether you believe it or not, of aliens that landed their little spaceship, walked around in the atmosphere because they got accustomed to the atmosphere here. So, of course they can breathe without, okay, oh, that's right. They're probably wearing suits. Space suits. Very realistic looking spacesuits. No? Don't that look real to you? Hey, we got grainy footage at night with one light source over here from a distance of about 100 feet. But other than that, you could say what you want about these aliens, but my God, will you mention anything about their outfits? These are fantastic suits. And would make sense if you wanted to hide your natural physique. These are little skinny bitches, aren't they? These little aliens, huh? Well, this gets not only a little better, but a lot weirder. Continue with the video, please.
Don't look at us.
Welcome to the show.
For 60 terrifying
I'm
minutes,
here,
the
ain't I?
panic-stricken family fights off the invading aliens. The home video ends abruptly as the aliens enter the family's home and apparently
Aliens.
abduct them.
Oh, he got fucked up. Oh, there's Skinny Bob. Skinny B. Look at his temporal lobe
I thought
pulsing.
no one could fake something like that.
No way. It's not
Okay, we got another expert. Nobody could fake something like that. It's a policeman. It's a guy in a police suit. It's not even a real guy. It's an image of a guy. The whole thing's an illusion. Don't you get it? Life is an illusion. Can we keep watching this illusion? Why'd you stop it?
spaceship. Holy is dead. Holy. It's a spaceship, Mike. There no it ain't. No way. It's not a spaceship. Holy is dead. Holy guys, I'm zoomed in. It's a spaceship.
They gotta come through the house to find him, okay? But when that dude does
First of all, I thought to myself, who the hell says spaceship? It's a spaceship. It's a spaceship. Nah, you don't say that, you prick. You say UFO. But you know why he didn't say UFO? Because it ain't flying. And he identified it as a spaceship. He knew right off the bat it was a spaceship. I mean, these are experts, these hillbilly people, the McPheresons. Can't you tell? The guy's got a degree in spaceship. He's got a degree in spaceship. Hey, Willie, what do you say, Will McBee? $10 super chat. That's right, super chat's open, whether you like it or not. Thanks, man. You didn't have to do that. You know that. But thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. But can you believe this? With the aliens and the McPherson... Are you a believer? Why am I yelling? Why are you yelling? No reason to yell.
People on camera did express
reason at all.
a great deal of
I just started
emotion.
yelling.
The supposedly dead alien.
Oh yeah, look at this.
I took photographs of each frame. And in one frame, the eye of the alien is sunken in. When I was at the International UFO Congress, there was a man standing over my shoulder as I was going through these prints, and he said, I have seen dead aliens, and that's exactly...
He was at an international UFO conference, and a man was standing over his shoulder as he was watching the video of the McPherson tape, and he says, This could only happen at the International UFO Conference. It doesn't happen at MUFON. It doesn't happen isn't that you know what I mean. A guy's going to look over his shoulder and say, you know, I've been to Roswell and I've seen, he didn't say that, but I've seen what real aliens look like. Really? Really? And you are, did we not get that name? This guy has a guy over his shoulder that says, I've seen aliens. That's a real alien. And he doesn't turn around and say, and you didn't give us that name. Why? What kind of journalists are these people? Not investigative. Don't even get me started with the investigative journal or bullshit.
International UFO Congress, there was a man standing over my shoulder as I was going through these prints, and he said, I have seen dead aliens, and that's...
There's a man standing over my shoulder at the International UFO Conference, and he said, I've seen dead aliens before. That's a dead ringer. I almost said a red dinger. It's a dead ringer, he says. Got an alien there, you could tell just by looking at the video. Just by looking at it, he knows what dead aliens look like. All right, Skinny Bob coming up. I can see him fading in. There he is. That's my boy. Hey, Bobby, where's Sitch, you prick? Yeah, that's right. Jerk off with your eyebrows blinking. That's a pretty good... and you have to admit, Skinny Bob should be Skinny Robert at this point. He's phenomenal. This is like the best puppeteery of an alien I think I've ever seen. That's a word, puppeteery. Best ever. You know who we're going up? You know who's on tonight? You know why? You know why me starting the show this late sucks? Because everybody's out there doing other things at this point, listening to other shows. But you know what? Go ahead. I understand. It's my fault. Look, you don't need to know what happened. You don't want to know what happened, I tell you that right now. But here we are, and Skinny Bob should be Skinny Robert, and from now on, he is going to be, you know who he's going to be? Forget Skinny. Forget Bob. You know who this guy needs respect. This guy, right here. See him? Right there we go. There he is. He should be called Mr. Bob. No, Mr. Robert. Mr. Alien Robert. No. That would be like saying if a guy was black, Black Bob. No, we won't do that. We got to come up with something. Oh, Craig. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Thank you. I had to interrupt. Super chats that are $10 or higher. All right, I'm joking. Anything over $1 gets talked about. I can't help it. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much, man. I can't believe it on a Wednesday night of all times. Of all days. See, I didn't make sense. I said on Wednesday night of all times instead of saying, I can't believe it's this time. Nah, I said it wrong. But either way, it was wrong. Thank you very much, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you. And it is going. We are still accumulating. I can't even take the money out if I want to. I didn't try. I'm just trying to figure out when we get to the goal, the computer price goal, how do I get the money? Right? Good question, because it hasn't been deposited at all. We've only been doing Super Chat for a month, and we have just, I think, reached, because YouTube takes a nice portion. So we made it over the $1,000 mark already. I know, that's crazy. I can't thank you enough. That one night we had like $400 from one person. So, I mean, you guys are like, I don't know what to say. I never would have expected anything, to be honest. I know a few dollars here and there, but hundreds? Thank you. See, Gutter Gawker, thank you so much. That's what I was waiting for. I love you, man. Thank you, Gutter Gawker. Gutter Gawker has donated several super chats already. A well-established super chatter. All right, thank you, man. Thank you for $1.01. I mean, I'll take it. And it's not euros. All right, back to the show. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. All right, we can stop with that now. All right. Okay. All right. So we're not going to call him Skinny Bob anymore. Wouldn't you agree? He should get that respect after, 50 years? He's dead by now. Unless he's a super alien. God, that looks so good, doesn't it? I think it's real. We'll talk about Skinny Bob later. Even though I just did, I know, but I mean a little more. Thanks again, guys, super chatters. Freaking awesome. Look, even the Chinese people think it's real. No, wrong camera, dillhole. Yes, I got him back. Look at this. That looks real. There he is, Alien Robert. We're going to change that. We're not going to call him Alien Robert. We know he's an alien. Let's just call him Robert. That's it. Let's just call him Robert. His name is now Robert. He's Robert. Good job, Rich. Yes, he is getting worldwide United States citizenship by me, even if he's dead. Because I am the UFO police. I run ufology now. I'm running ufology. We're running ufology here. We are GUFON. GUFON. Greatest UFO network. Let's start acting like it. I think we already were. People don't like humor. You can't joke around in this field. No, you can't. You're not allowed to. Because if you joke around, nobody's going to take you seriously. It's true. Nobody takes me seriously. You know who does? You. The listener, the viewer who stayed longer than 3 to 5 minutes, who gave it a chance, wanted to understand what's going on here with little Richie G and the GUFON network. I appreciate that. And not only that, I think you understand this isn't about what? Jokes. This isn't about jokes. Joking is just side effect of what we're talking about. I can't help it. If you don't like it, you know, I know you're not going to stay. It's not for everybody. But don't you dare lump me in with Heather Wade. Do not lump me in. What? I know. With Heather Wade. Don't. Back to the show. I know. So the aliens they're trying to abduct this family. That's the story.
I don't know what the spaceship looked like.
A spaceship looked like. I don't know what the spaceship. Did you hear how he said it?
I don't know what the spaceship looked like.
I don't know what the spaceship looked like, Ma. Hey, Ma. Meatballs, Ma. There's a spaceship outside. Ma, don't joke around. Don't joke around. Stop it and get serious. This is a UFO show. It is paranormally based. I want to see professionalism in here. Do you got it? Rich, do you got it? Yeah. No jokes. I got it. And when I turn my back, do not flip me the bird. I saw that. Please stop joking around. This is the paranormal community. You can't do it like this. It won't work. People don't like it. Okay. I'm sorry. I won't joke around anymore. You're damn right you won't. Because if you do, it's your ass. Okay. All right. Duly noted. Back with the clip.
Flies in the background. You saw through that window? The window? Erica, stop above you.
I tell you this right now. I have been in situations where I had to scream at the top of my lungs, and I sounded more girlier than that. It's not a joke. It's true. She didn't sound like she was too scared, nor that girly. Bad acting, I must admit. See, that's the part I didn't appreciate, the fake scream, because I could do better than that. I'm not, but I'm just saying I can. You can too. You know that, right? There's a spaceship out there.
Back there! Oh shit! We gotta get out of here! There was some flies in the background! You saw through that window? Through that window? Erica, stopped above you!
Those gunshots aren't that loud either, right? It just sounds like, I don't know what I'm saying.
You got it! I think you got it! Lock the door behind me. Hold on. Wait! It's me! I'm not! Just keep your ass in! What? Thank you! What? Guys! Over there! Eric! Oh, shit! Come on, honey. Watch out!
So that's an alien right there, guys. See? There's the eye. The mouth is down there, nose hole. There's an ear button over here, or maybe here, I don't know. Really, for 1983-ish, we're looking at pretty good footage. You know, I just had a question. And I'm not joking. Who is the cameraman? Should I dare say it? Go out on a limb? I'm gonna do it. Look at this guy. Oh no, that doesn't look like a doll. Yeah, oh no, what's that? Oh, it must be the shiny halogen lamps that are hovering around. I don't know. I don't know. I see a mask. Yeah, that's what I see.
I felt that the tape might be real because it fit in very well with so many UFO alien incidences that I know of. No one could fake something like that. It began to seem even more obvious to me that possibly it was an entirely authentic video, and someone, namely possibly the government, was trying to grab all the copies.
It did not have the appearance of being a scripted production.
Can I just say something? First of all, never wear blue. Sky blue on television. That's the first problem with this. They're trying to distract us. Don't you see? It's all a distraction. This guy right here. You know, when I was a young guy, because I'm old now, younger, didn't you used to look up to your politicians or anybody that looked like, well, they were wearing a suit. If they wore a suit, they must be smart. I mean, yeah. We used to think that these people were smart. But as you get older and you get over 50, 40, you start noticing it. But I know now when I get to 60, I don't know if I'll be able to contain my anger. I'm doing good right now. When I was 35, no. But, I mean, this is just, I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, it's bullshit.
Because everybody was talking at the same time and you couldn't understand half of what they said.
This guy's saying they're all talking at the same time. And it's not scripted. Yeah, wow, ooh, yeah. It's called reality TV before we had reality TV. Capiche? The closest thing we had to reality TV back then was Candid Camera, right? The news, the guy, you watch the news and they got, hey, Mike's on the street. And we're asking questions about the explosion at the amphitheater, right? That's about as real as TV got, was the news. Pretty much, right? So when these reality tapes come out, nobody has anything to reference them to. This is not funny, Rish. We had nothing to reference it with. So I guess you could take a little curvature points off for Mr. Old Blue Jacket over here, Mr. Blue Jacket had nothing to reference this kind of video with. But I'm telling you, when it first came out, I myself as a young person, I was 15 when this came out. Pretty much had all my critical thinking skills in order at that time, I would say. Didn't trust anybody, didn't like anybody. Everything's the same. I mean, I like people, but you know what I mean. Trust. I said this can't be real, but there were parts that seemed real. But I'm telling you, if you find 5 to 7 talented people and just say act natural, or you throw them in a situation where they didn't know, like a prank type of show, yeah? But the prank thing isn't real because there was obviously Heather Wade was the cameraman. And yes, I say cameraman because I think Heather Wade's a dude. If she ever heard this, she would say, yeah, that guy, he's dead on. He's accurate. I don't know why she has to talk this way. Is she? I don't know. Well, if she, all right, it's not about Heather. Anyway, let's get back to this. We'll talk about Heather. Oh, yeah, we will. Oh, I can't help it.
The people on camera did express a great deal of emotion.
These people are genuinely terrified. I've worked in the sci-fi horror genre for about 15 years now and created some pretty elaborate special effects.
Notice the look, he's got an itchy thumb.
This tape unnerved me for a couple reasons. Number one, these are clearly not actors. The family members are not working off any script.
Isn't he that actor? He's that actor guy. It's just he had long hair back then. He's a very well-known actor. I can't think of his name, but that's him. No, I'm not. It's not the guy with the thick eyebrows either. I know who you're thinking about, who was in Minority Report. No, it's not him. No, not Tom Cruise.
There's also no plot line other than getting the hell out of the house. If it is a hoax, I should have been the one that directed it.
Fits right into their pattern of disinformation.
I like how they set it up. Well, we're going to put you in a suit and tie, Al. Oh, man, you're going to put me in a suit and tie. I don't like wearing a tie. Just put on the suit and tie. Well, we'll even put a picture of the alien behind you. Give you a little bit of alien credibility. You hear what I'm saying? I don't know, do I have to wear the tie? Just wear the freaking tie, you jerk.
They figure if they say it didn't happen, it didn't happen. I've studied probably 100 reports of alien abductions, and almost every one of them.
Yeah? Huh? Where's your credentials, tough guy? Who are you? How come we don't get any markings down here, like a name stamp, huh? Where's the name stamp there, tough guy? Mr. Alien Credibility with the fake tie and jacket?
The aliens look just like we see them on the tape. I performed kinetic analysis of their movements. It proves conclusively these are actual beings of that size and shape.
What size and shape? Give me numbers, Chief. Numbers, Al. I tell you. I don't have to tell you. There's this other video, and they say, look at the arms, right? They say, look at the arms. All right. Well, I see something here that looks like he's wearing a glove, like a long glovey type of thing. Yeah? This guy's even got the same thing. But the weird thing on this guy, his fingers actually curl upward at one point. Yeah, this isn't the video. Why am I talking about this? What, are you kidding? Because I've never talked about it. I never talked about this. Because it was fake. But, I figured let's talk about it and we'll shoot a breeze. Maybe throw a couple ideas back and forth and kick the shit out of each other after it's over. I don't know. It's just something to talk about. Look at this. That's one of them. That's it. Yeah, a guy carrying an alien. I'm just talking out of my side here right now. But here you have, listen to what I'm about to say. This is very important. This is why you know it's a fake. And I don't think I need to keep saying it, but it's fun. All right, it's fun. Why doesn't the camera bitch get next to this and take a close-up view of the alien? This is history in the making. Capiche? What are we doing? Just carrying around a dead alien and you're not going to get a close-up of it? Take a look at its fingers? This guy's got it wrapped up in a little blankie. I don't know why he's in a blanket. When it was above them, they shot at it, I guess, and it died, he thinks. And they went to pick it up. I never saw him wrap it in a blankie, but he did. And they're carrying it out. Well, that's so you can hide the hands and shit. That's all the blankie's for. Got a couple of legs dangling over. And those don't look like 3-foot alien legs. They look pretty long and spindly. Let's take a look at that ear hole one more time. That's the ear hole. Because that, see, this is why this doesn't seem like he's wearing a mask or an astronaut suit. I mean, what are the odds that there's the perfect amount of oxygen, nitrogen, whatever elsium, that they can actually exist without an alien, without a suit? What are the odds? It's perfect for them? Even if it's off a little. If you go to the top of Mount Everest, you need to wear a mask. There's thin air. No, you got to have the right pressure, the right everything. And these guys with the spindly necks and the long legs and limbs, they're not from this planet. Obviously, they're from a planet that has less gravity. Less gravity. More? No, if it had less, they wouldn't need the neck muscles to keep the head from falling over. Humans, we don't belong here. We're born helpless. No other animal on this planet is like that. Birds? Yeah, I guess birds are too. Birds, when they're born, they have to have the mother bring them food, and they can't fly yet. So I guess they are helpless, but they don't need their diapers changed. They don't need their head lifted. They can stand a little bit. You know what I mean? We are helpless. We can't do jack squat. We come out of the womb, we're like a dead fish. Seriously. And what's this? If you don't take a breath of fresh air and that, if they Because that's what they say. They smack you on the ass so you take a big, deep breath of real air. It's really weird. Horses, cows, deer, they plop right out of the womb onto the ground. Minutes later, they're standing. They're like, yeah, I'm ready. And yes, they're weak and whatnot, but not helpless. We're helpless. That's why we're not from this planet. Either that. Did you know that 9 months is, I learned, and maybe I'm wrong, but 9 months is a little early to be in the womb, right? Is that true? That 9 months, then when the water breaks, that's the sign you're about to give birth? Yeah, all right. So when the water breaks. So there is a 9 month, 10 month. Because according to my mother, I was 3 weeks late. I didn't want to come out. I was supposed to be born on Valentine's Day. I just found this out after almost 2 years. I was born almost 10 months in the womb. I got mommy issues. Yeah, oh yeah, I know that. I don't think I do. I think I have more daddy issues than mommy issues. Nah, I don't even have that. My parents were great. You just grow up how you grow up. What the hell are we talking about me for? All right, this McPherson thing interested me the other day. I don't even know where I saw it. But I came across this and I'm like, wait a minute. This looks very familiar. And I started looking into it. And I'm like, oh, I think I remember this. I've never talked about it. So I wanted to talk about it. And if anybody else has ever seen it, if you think it's real, I'm going to go in the, I got to spend more time with the chat room. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me see what people are saying. I see a couple of lines here. All right, let me go back just a little bit. Heather Wade is a she-male. Yes. All right. Damn, I missed the Wi-Fi cross this. Niksha. Hi, guys. How you doing? Area 503. What do you say? For relaxed time, make it Santorum and Brownie. I love Heather's last show. Yeah, Heather's last show, I listened to it. It wasn't that bad. But I have a hard time with just her. She cried after the entire show. Right. That's right. That's what I need to start doing. That's how you get popular. A train wreck I'm reading about, Heather. Yeah. That's right. She cried the entire show. What are we talking about? She looks like Luke Wilson. Are we talking about her the last time that? I'm all out. I'm missing the context. I remember the last show she did, I think before her comeback this week, where she was a train wreck. I don't know, but I listened to a show last night. Not the whole thing, 15 minutes, and I liked what I heard, but there's something about her. I don't get it. Maybe I'm late to the party. I'm not going to give up. If there's something that somebody says is special about Heather Wade, I damn well want to be a part of it. I'm just not seeing anything that's special. I guess she's got a whole thing going there. I understand. It's a history, and it's a history I don't know much about. All I know are the rumors. So I'm not even going to speculate on how she got the job. A lot of people say, I'm not going to speculate, but I'll talk about it. You know, supposedly these are just rumors. I don't know the truth. Nobody knows except her and Art Bell, right? She schmoozed them a little bit, made promises to her, I assume. Legally, she got the channel, Kingdom of Night Radio, the rights to it. This is all I know. And Heather Wade has been the popular person she is. And I heard she was popular because she is a train wreck. And she talks about her personal life on air and fights with people. This is what I've heard. I don't know for sure if it's true. But a lot of people were saying it. I don't know. But if that's what Heather Wade is about, then we are right up that alley. And we're doing it right over here, right? Huh? No, we're not? All right. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Doogie macked him all the way except that General Doogie called his old bud New York City Commissioner from New York, President Louis Valentine. Oh, yes, PBR. I was dying laughing and said to police, wow, Jocko's such a tiny round. Was this on videotape? This was so bad. Well, all right. I don't see anything that there is to talk about. I just don't know. Hey, Lufon, what do you say there, Chief? So that's right, Niksha. I'll just debunk them all. That's what we're doing. And I wish there was a way I could play some really good videos too. I wish there was a way I could do it without getting in trouble on YouTube. There's some really cool things I want to play that I'm not sure if I'd get a strike up against me. There's only one way to find out. I'm going to try something because I use my premium account for YouTube. So when I play a video, if there's ads on it, I don't see them. That's what being a premium member is all about. The ads are removed. I get a lot of perks with it. You get a ton of perks for $12 a month. If you go premium on YouTube, it's the best. But without being a premium member, I can see which shows are monetized. So I'm going to do that right now on another browser. And I'm going to open up YouTube. And if it's not a monetized video, then I can play it on the show. I just thought of this the other day, and I was doing the show on Monday. And I'm like, wait a minute, it shows the ads. Now, I think I can play YouTube videos on the show. So I'm going to check something out right now. Let's do this. Opening up another browser, though, slows down the computer. So let me know if anything is a little laggy. All right, so let's do this. I think the name of the video I want is called Boppity Bop Bop. All right, so let's check that out. I don't want to give it away. Here we go. And I don't see it for some reason. Why? Why wouldn't that pop up? That makes absolutely no sense. That's the name of the video. So, oh wow, I had to scroll way down. There's just a lot of other videos that have the same title. No, don't add it to the queue, you schmoho. I just want to see if it has ads. And what you do is you pause it, let it load up, and then you'll see where all the ads will pop up for the show. And I'm waiting and waiting, and I don't see any ads. So I think I can play this. Yes. Oh my God, hold on. I can't see the screen for some reason. It's way down here. And there's a pop-up. All right, there it is. Because I'm using an account, it wants me to try YouTube television, which I already have. All right, so I accidentally hit the wrong video. Good thing I didn't. And I still haven't found it. I thought I did. It had a very similar. There it is. Now I found it. And I just wanted to. Well, we're not going to keep talking about the McPherson tapes anymore. We're done with that. I know I didn't tell you the transition was happening. But what I want to do is play a video. And this is from Eddie Bravo. And Eddie Bravo believes in flat Earth. And they have this guy on. And I don't talk about flat Earth a lot, do I? You can't find but 2 shows I think I've actually mentioned flat Earth and spent more than 5 minutes on it in the last 15 months. I know that's a fact because I've looked and I didn't find anything. But I do want to play this video because it's not monetized, I think. But I'm going to play it anyway, and whatever happens, happens. So now that I have that ready, I wanted to play this for you because there's so many things in here that I can't speak, that are very, very frustrating for me. I just need to let the words come. Just let them flow out of the voice, Rich. Just let it flow out of the voice. All right. Don't bug me. So I'm going to play this video. It's called Going Balls Deep, and it's an Eddie Bravo roundtable style show. I don't usually listen to Eddie Bravo, but...
The world is flat.
The Earth is round or flat? No.
It's flat.
Oh, by the way...
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat?
It's not all Eddie Bravo. This is just going to jump around a little bit, and I'll fast forward through some things because it's quite a long video, 37 minutes. But there's a guy in here who speaks like he is Jesus H. Christoph. He does. This is so funny. And I don't know if the guy's got cancer or something, so I'm just going to just leave it at that and say people are looking at this guy, and I don't know who he is. Maybe somebody will know when they see it. Anyway, this is a bunch of silly flat Earth things. People, I don't know how you could believe in the flat Earth. I really do not get it. I tried to believe the flat Earth. I really did. I did.
The world is flat.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat.
The Earth is still flat.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
The world is flat.
The Earth is flat.
How do we know the Earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat. The Earth is flat.
The Earth is flat. Space is fake.
The world is flat. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Joining me in studio is one of my best friends in the world. This man's changed my life, and I will take a bullet for him. I love him. The one and only Mr. Eddie Bravo.
Thank you for having me again.
Very excited about our guest who's joining us. He is in LA this Sunday. He has a huge show called All Is Atom. Please welcome a legend of the game, one of the OGs, Santos Bonacci, everybody. How are you, brother?
Hey, guys. Thank you so much.
Santos Bonacci. We got Santos Bonacci. Huh? Santos! Namaste! They look, it's just hysterical how they look at this guy like he's reading from scripture. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's a flat earther!
Thank you. Very nice. Great to be here.
What do you think? What do you think the planets are? They lights? Is it like it's not like dirt or like
no?
It's the planets aren't like Mars isn't like dirt.
No, not at all.
So they're not landing. So they're not landing Mars rovers on Mars, right?
Mars isn't dirt. Hey, Richie. Hey, I gotta jump in here. Hey, this Santorelli guy, whatever, he's brilliant. No, Richie, I can't let this happen. What do you mean he is actually giving? Just watch. Play the video.
Right.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
What are they doing?
It's fake.
Well, it's what they're doing is they're going to places like Greenland with very, very exotic landscape, and they're making it look like it, and then they're colouring it to look red and what have you. Wikipedia. If you go to Wikipedia, which I'm in now, and you look up under Saturn, in the first sentence it will tell you that Saturn is a gas giant, and then you go to Jupiter and it tells you that Jupiter is a gas giant.
Gee, you know what they're showing us right here? They're showing us that, oh my God, you mean they actually test what it's like to be on Mars? To go to a place on Earth that's like Mars? We're going to test the rovers. We're going to go to Antarctica and test them. Yeah, that makes more sense. This way it's not being faked. That's what they're trying to tell us right here. We're not on Mars. This Google Earth, it's showing us that they're in Ireland filming Mars. Really? Is that what it is? That I just love the way they just motherless. Get up there. Now don't move. They got to test the equipment somewhere, you schmuckhole. What do you think? They're going to go to Antarctica? Of course you're going to see pictures of this stuff on Google Earth, you dill hole. God, I hate dumb people. And and you got to wait and see. You got to see how they react to this guy. I don't know if I could do it that much longer. But the admiration and love and the adoration with their eyes, they're like, tell us more, Jesus. I just want to reach through their TV screen and I just want to say, take off the headband. Go.
Yeah. Then you ask what the sun is. They say it's hydrogen and helium. Well, that's gas. Why is Venus or Mars or the moon where they landed, why is it an exception? You can see with your own eyes that it's a light. Ptolemy, for thousands of years before the Jesuit Copernicus turned up and made a spinning ball, was saying all of the 7 planets are entirely luminous. There it is.
Right, guys. Everything's luminous. You know what he means, right? You know what he means. They're like a freaking light bulb. You hear what I'm saying? He's saying this is Uranus. If my Uranus lit up like that, forget about it. Ma! Taco balls!
They are portals. They are holes in the sky. The
planets are portals. Do you hear this stupid man? Can you imagine Einstein saying something like that? Rich, you got to think outside the box, man. What NASA's telling us is all lies. Really? What's your education? Are you an astrophysicist? Are you a nuclear physicist? Are you an astronaut? Do you work for NASA? Do you know how? No, but I heard and I talked to. Oh, okay, all right. Me too. Me too. I get all my information fifth hand as well. Forget it. You don't know what you're talking about. You twist things around, flat earthers, to make it work in your own little flavor. But you never come up with any evidence. That poor guy went up in a rocket, right? To go find out if the earth is flat. That's how obsessed this guy was. He died. What was his name? Mike or Dave or I don't know. I read somewhere in the chat room somebody said he's flat now. You are what you eat.
Italian genius Pierluigi Gina, who was a colleague of Marconi, the inventor of the radio. Thank you very much, these two geniuses. He studied the sun and energy, and he's a stationary earther. He's insisted up until the day he died, 2004. You see him on YouTube, little Italian man saying, "La terra è ferma." He says, me and Marconi discovered that the earth is stationary. It doesn't move. And then he takes you into his laboratory and shows you with strobe lights how you can prove quite easily that the earth does not move.
Oh, here we go.
Well,
We're in it.
He said the stars are holes
oh my God.
in the sky. So that got me thinking. The Greeks said that the stars are like nailed onto the firmament. The Babylonians says that the stars are glued onto like an aerogel sort of floating in space chandelier type thing where all the stars and the 7 planets are going around on the ecliptic. And they said that's like a chandelier and they're pinned to it. They're holes.
Does anybody else literally want to jump through the screen, shave this guy's eyebrows off? I mean, what a dumb way of thinking. I can't help it. It is a stupid way of thinking. Rich, you don't know. Nobody knows except people. The only people who know. You're not going to know them. You're not ever going to find out the truth. I think it's silly. I think it sounds silly. But then you have to think, well, did we go to the moon? Did we really go to the freaking moon? Because supposedly we can't get past the firmament. This guy says the sun is pretty much 100 miles away from the earth. Not 300, 500, 100. You'll hear it later maybe, I don't know, but that's what he said. 60 to 100 miles away, and it's very small and it's isolated. And that we live on, like, if you fell off the flat earth, there's another one underneath it, and then another one underneath that, and another one underneath that. You know what I mean? Everything's pretty much pancaked like that. Are those the different dimensions that maybe somehow we see? I don't know. But he's talking about how the Earth spins at 6,000 miles an hour. We're in a solar system spinning around the sun at 60,000 miles an hour or something. The solar system spinning at 100,000 miles an hour, and the whole Milky Way is spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour. How come we don't feel it? Maybe off with the numbers, but it doesn't matter. That's what he's saying. Why don't we feel it? We got the Earth going this way, and then this is going that way faster, and then this is going that way. My answer is, do you know how big the solar system is? Do you know how big the planet Earth is? It's huge. You're not going to feel something that far away. We're in like our own little bubble, which we're not, but I'm just saying that's how far enough away from everything we are. But we're all connected. And if the whole galaxy is drifting at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and we're in perpetual motion with it, it's just like watching the storms on Jupiter. You see the big red spot and then little ones underneath it. Those little ones don't change everything. Just a little isolated area. But they're all connected to Jupiter. It's the same thing. It's so big you can't feel. If the Earth stops spinning, we're not going to go flying off. It ain't that kind of ride, Jack.
In the sky.
They say the sun is 93 million miles away. How far do you think it really is?
About 60 to 100 miles.
You hear?
60 to 100 miles away.
Probably not even. I might be so wrong. It's probably...
It might not be either. I could be so wrong.
Just more local and...
It looks really close. When you look at it, it's like, it's right there. How is it 93 million miles away?
Yeah.
Where'd they get that number? What are they trying
Because it's 1,000,000 times bigger than the Earth, you dickweed.
do? What is NASA trying to do with all their space science?
They're trying to make a godless world of...
Oh my God.
Everyone is insignificant except for the rich people.
Your mother's got 6 legs. So they're saying the sun is causing this isolated imprint on the clouds below. Like if the sun was over here, then it would be pinpointed here. No, this is just some sort of anomaly. You can see this haze. And because the sun is very far away, it's being directed down right onto... Oh, God, I just can't...
We've got all the money. They're significant because they're on the glossy magazines. You're not. And the sun's... And we're hurtling through space and we don't know when it's all going to blow up and blah, blah, blah. And there's
an asteroid coming. We need an asteroid tax, right?
Yeah, exactly. Give us some money, we'll stop it. We've got the technology.
Yeah.
Right?
So they're saying there's aliens, so if there's other aliens, we're significant?
Are there aliens?
Well, it depends what you call alien. In Bhagavad Gita, they tell you that the demonic entities that have been under the earth, there are 7 more planets that are discs.
What?
Yeah.
The dimensions.
In the 5th
7 flat worlds?
Pretty much. Yes, 7
like
levels.
A book.
So
like
that's where hollow theory and flat earth...
Did you hear what he just said? Eddie goes, So there's 7 flat worlds, and the guy goes, pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Like, I don't freaking know. Oh, God.
Yes,
collide.
Exactly. Or, no, syncretize.
Yeah.
I've syncretized it in all my countless flat earth videos that I've been making since 2015. I was one of the first ones that jumped on the flat earth. And when you went to Google and put flat earth in, guess who was #1 for 2 years in a row between 2016 and 2006?
More than Eric
Yours
Dubé?
truly.
My
yeah,
man.
me. Yeah, for sure.
My man.
Because I was putting out so many presentations because I'm coming from the Jewish tradition. I'm coming from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm showing how the Bible proves it.
He's coming from the Bhagavad Gita. Right? Isn't that what he said? The Bhagavad Gita?
16 and 2006.
More than Eric
Yours
Dubé?
truly.
My
yeah,
man.
Me. Yeah, for sure.
My man.
Because I was putting out so many presentations.
I'm sorry.
Guess who was #1?
Watch this guy say, my man. Like, all of a sudden, you can be a black guy. Right? Why would he do that? My man. You know what I mean? All right, why do I do the things I do? I get it. He's excited.
One for 2 years in a row between 2016 and 2006.
More than Eric
Yours
Dubé?
truly.
My
yeah,
man.
Me. Yeah, for sure.
My man.
Because I was putting out so many presentations because I'm coming from the Jewish tradition. I'm coming from the Bhagavad Gita. I'm showing how the Bible proves it.
The Bhagavad Gita.
With great etymological proofs.
Look at this prick over here. Why do you have me on camera, mate? I told you I don't want to be on camera. I don't believe in this stuff. Yes, I'm a unicorn, but get me out of frame.
And no one else is doing that. Eric Dubé is not doing that. He's doing science straight. And all these other guys, they're just doing their, which is good. No judgment.
right.
But I'm the only one
good.
who can show you from astrology, from the Bible, and from the East, and from all traditions, how they all syncretize and concur that the Earth is a stationary horizontal plane.
I love
You have to do it like that. If you don't do it
Oh
like
my God,
that, you
this
can't do it
video
properly.
just came out. This video just came out a few days ago. Huh. All right, let's jump a little bit. I want to see here. I think I have the right video. All right, he says some pretty interesting, well, not interesting, but
I talk about it with the, they're called the Boule, and like they've created these guys in the black community to drive this group of people a certain way, to think a certain way, act a certain way. They did that with science. They took these scientists, they pushed them to the front, and they pushed the narrative that these people at the top wanted them to push, and the truth of the matter is that human beings are trustworthy people.
Mm-hmm.
They want...
Exactly, Shaman Lester, and thank you for commenting and visiting the show. Right. He didn't make it. It was popular way before that. He didn't... he thanks himself, which is... I mean, I understand he's here really to promote himself, because that's all these flat earthers really want. They just want somebody to like them, to believe them. They don't believe in a flat earth. They don't. Do they? Do you think Eric Dubé really believes the earth is flat, or I don't know. I think, what's his name, Mark Sharman? Sharman Tissue? What's that guy? Mark Farman? Who's the Mark Sargent? He doesn't even believe in flat earth. He just got hoodwinked into it somehow. And he saw, like I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, wow. 60 miles away and you can see Philadelphia from New York? That's crazy. How's that even possible? It should be 1,800 feet below the horizon. Well, did you ever think that maybe this part of the earth just, raises up or stays level a lot longer? And then eventually, it's going to curve. But maybe a little bit later down the road, because the surface of the earth is not perfectly flat. It's not. But in some places, like if you go out to where there was an ocean, and the ocean made everything flat and created the desert. when all that water left. And then you have like what? The Utah salt flats, whatever they call that. You go to the Mojave Desert, sand as long as you could see. Well, all that stuff got leveled out by the water. And then the wind came in. I mean, these geological effects created these long, flat surfaces for many miles, which, by the way, is very minuscule when you're talking about the size of the Earth. So 100 to 200 miles could be flat. And then it curves maybe an extra degree or two down the road. But it's not perfect everywhere. And in some places, they're just flatter for longer periods. So they do these tests and they're like, it's flat. You can tell it should be 2,000 miles below the border. And I can see the buildings. It's amazing. Oh, God, why do I bother? Please let me... No, I'm not joking. I can't. I'm not.
To believe what you, because they're good people, they want to think you're good people. You see that a lot with these prank shows, right? Really what prank shows are is you're just fooling nice people.
That's right.
And that's what science has done. Science has just fooled nice people who want to believe in their fellow man, to believe a narrative.
Boy, I got to tell you, that's what that other guy's doing. That's what Eric Dubé's doing. That's what the bandana guy's doing. Santorelli, whatever his fake name is. Right? This guy is preying on the bullshit. He's preying on the weak. He's preying on the less critical thinkers. It didn't sound right. The less critical-minded thinking. But that's what he's doing. And I don't think he believes it either. I'm telling you. I think when it gets to this level, they know it's bullshit. Come on.
And yet this one's full and this one's empty. How is it that a computer full of data still weighs the same? Because the files, they're in counter space. They're not spatial. They're zeros and ones. They do not occupy any space. You can't open a hard drive and say, oh, there you go, there's my photo.
Yeah.
Like a doctor can't open your heart and say,
Counter
oh, there's
space.
that bad emotion that caused the heart attack. You didn't forgive your brother 10 years ago. Now we have to operate on your heart. Let's get this emotion and chuck it out. Let's check out your brain too and pull out all the bad thoughts. They're not there. Where are they? They're stored in counter space. So what happens is...
Where is counter space?
Exactly.
It's in
well,
my
it's
kitchen,
the
you
transcendence.
idiot.
It's counter space is
It's in
not
the
visible
kitchen.
to-
Counter space. What are you, an idiot? Some people have laundry rooms, like my parents, where they have counter space.
us. But it is where everything comes from. And atoms, redshift, blueshift.
Oh, I see what he's doing. Nobody knows what dark matter is or dark energy. They just call it that. But nobody knows where 96% of the matter comes from. He's calling it counter space. He gave it a new name. That's all he did. He just packaged it in a new little box, put a fresh little bow, and a whole bunch of new bullshit. Bada boom. A goosh all over science. Are we bored with this? You guys know?
What
You don't want to talk
brings
about
them
this
out
anymore?
into the material
Too
world
bad.
by means of a vibration, a toroidal field. You see, a torus field, like your torso,
Yeah.
Oh my
is
God.
it's redshift, blueshift. You
Red
see,
shit,
there is a
blue
red
shit.
and blue yin and yang, which is always a subset to the black and white yin and yang. And the red and blue yin and yang is on the Korean flag. The South Korean flag has the red and blue yin and yang. All they're telling you on that flag is that those are the two colors of polarity of the vibratory physical world. The magnetic radiation world is not physical. Magnetism, which is 10 billion times more powerful than electricity, is spiritual. Thank you, John Mawelski. Electricity is physical. This is electric. Your spirit and soul, magnetic.
Now, who created the sun, in your opinion?
There you go, good one. So,
Getting points, dude.
yep, all the ancient
Got
Greeks.
questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, you got points from bullshitter Bull Santorelli. Good going. Who who created the sun? And he said, great question. He said, great question, man. Congratulations. He likes you. Ugh. 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 Don't ever kiss my ass like this, please. Don't ever, ever, ever come on my show and kiss ass like that. I would not respect you at all. Oh, it's disgusting. These guys are just fawning all over this guy. Is it because he's got cancer? Is that what it is? Because he's got cancer? Does he believe in cancer? He shouldn't believe in it. It's not real.
The sun is created. There's 3 suns, by the way.
Oh my God.
Like there's 3 of you: spirit, soul, and body.
Oh my God.
Okay, there has to be. It can't work any other way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be animated.
The spirit and the soul are different?
Absolutely, they're different.
What's the difference?
They are one, but they are different. And as magnetism and electricity are one but different, you have to understand this. It's like fire has always got...
Magnetism and electricity are not one. It's very hard for me to continue playing this. My blood pressure is going up a little. I can feel my heartbeat. That should be a song. All right, I'm going to let this play for another minute.
Light and heat to it. But heat is different to fire. I can get heat without a fire. But fire is never separate from heat. So fire is one, heat is another, but they are one. And light, which comes from fire, is also...
I just can't. I don't know what to say. I gotta... Oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to let it play.
So different, but they're all one. It's a trinity. Fire is a trinity. Water the same. You get ice, you get water flowing, and you get gas. Well, there you go. Water is 3 states, so it's a trinity. Everything's a trinity, right? So who created the sun? Well, the Mithraics and the Zoroastrians, they taught that there are 3 suns. The one you see is the physical, and it makes the physical world. It's mental. Physical. Then the one behind the sun, they say the sun behind the sun, is the soul of the sun. Soul, S-O-U-L, is the same as sol, solar. Sol Invictus, it was called. The invincible sun, Sol Invictus. It's the soul of the universe. The spirit of the universe is the highest Godhead, the monad, the highest part of the Godhead.
Bunch of bullshit.
Okay? So, like a computer, the spirit is the file, because it is spiritual. You can't touch it. You can't touch those zeros and ones. They're in counter space. They're in crystals. They're energy. They're not even forms. They're just energy. And yet, RAM in the computer delivers it to your screen. So Ram, which in Sanskrit coincidentally means soul, Rama, Sri Rama, the god of the Hebrews, Ram, means soul. That's your RAM in your computer. The theater is the screen. That's your physical body.
So, because man, you, me, her, because man used ancient language, soul, Ram, and used it today in relation to computer language, does not mean what this guy is saying. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed that anybody would ever believe this bullshit. And if you believe it, that's okay too. I just can't imagine thinking this way. I can't. I actually tried. I told you earlier. I wanted to believe in flat Earth. And everything that came with it, I did. For 6 months, I looked into it. And a couple of the first months, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And then I went to a side where, well, they're doing experiments. And then it took me a few more months to realize that those experiments are not valid. Everything this guy is saying is based on old philosophical writings, thoughts, Greek, right? Am I wrong? I mean, maybe I am, but it's just the way I think it is. Only because it would be weird if the earth wasn't round. I don't understand the idea of a flat earth. So anything that these people say to try to validate that there is a flat earth, I just have a hard time believing it. Now, I mean, I tried to. I really did. I have an open mind. I'm just a skeptical, open-minded, very good, critical thinking person that I looked at both possibilities. Our reality of the way we see things, time and space, everything is what it is. Even though there isn't time and space, man gave us a donation to keep track of things and have things, regimen. Because without some sort of schedule, without maps to get us around the world, without direction, society would be a mess. Yes? So we all follow these guidelines, and they are guidelines. Even though they're laws, they're guidelines to a very sociable and safe livelihood. Yeah, they are guidelines because you don't have to follow them. You don't have to follow the law. It's when you get caught is when you're in trouble. But these laws, if they don't make sense, and like I've said many times, if it doesn't make sense, it ain't right. It's a lie. It's a hoax. Something wrong with the math, And there's flat earthers out there that are smarter than me. And maybe they can speak better than I do. They're more eloquent the way they explain a flat earth. But it doesn't mean they're right. They're annoying, but it doesn't mean they're right. I think this guy is spitting out the same bullshit that's been spoken about many, many years before him. And he's just another person trying to get the flat earth thing to grow. What if he's wrong? What does he do with his life, I wonder? Because this is all he does.
Right? So the computer's teaching you how everything works. Just your computer alone.
Is our computers
there you go, Eddie.
Sacred? I mean, how do they control? How do they organize and store video that you can't see, that's not in there, but it delivers it to your screen? That's kind of magic, isn't it?
Yeah. It is magic. It is sacred. You hit it on the head.
It's not magic if you understand the science of the technology, you dillhole. Oh, my God. It's magic. If you went back 200 years and showed somebody a laser pointer or a gun or a piece of plastic, anything that they don't have and couldn't imagine, a camera, show them pictures on a screen, moving pictures, they would think that was sorcery. They would hang you and burn you at the stake, whatever. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's magic, doesn't mean it's spiritual. It just means you don't get, and we're all you. I don't know how this phone works. Hell, you guys are looking at me and hearing me in color. I was around when they went, I remember when they said, and now in living color, where everything went from black and white to color. And we're like, wow, it's magic. No.
It is. This is amazing technology. They've had it all along because they know. Crystal?
They don't want to explain it, do they? They don't really want, because no one knows how it works. No one knows how this goddamn iPhone works. It's magical.
I just said that.
This is magic. I'm getting video from Australia.
Instantly.
Streaming?
Instantly.
That's magic.
It's magic. And you know why? Because it's magnetism. M-A-G, magic is M-A-G.
First of all, it's not instant. Okay? You see what I mean? See the lies? It's not instant. There's a delay. Because when you're going from Australia or from the other part of the world to here in America, it has to bounce off a couple of satellites, I'm sure, to direct it to you. Instantly is instant. Even if it was a second delayed, that's not instantly. Can't be saying this stuff, man. Doesn't whatever. I know. I could be nitpicking a little bit there.
Magnetism and mag in Sanskrit means to move. Thank you very much. So magnetism is the motion of white light which makes all of this theatre. Hence, that information that we're talking to someone across the world, the earth, and instantly it's going through the ether. That's why. It's going through the ether. They tell you that radio waves go through the air.
It's an interesting thing I just read in the chat room from Mr. Heuristics. And just let you know right up front, I am never mad at anyone for telling me that I am wrong, because I don't know if I'm right. But I don't see how you know you're right when it comes to certain things. What was said was that I'm on a too low of a frequency to understand, or it says I'm on a too low of a frequency to understand. But I know how to change my frequency. I've been meditating for over 25 years. All different types I've tried. I've kind of think at this point I just created my own way of doing things, but it is more of a, transcendental medication. That's it, meditation. I read something in the chat and it said medication. I don't know, man, if my vibration is too low. See, that I don't understand. How can my frequency have anything to do with my critical thinking? Common sense. Then I will be thinking that you would say, but you need to suspend disbelief. But I've done that before. I've done it many, 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 many times. I can't remember how many times. It's been a long time, a lot of times. I'm trying to understand. I see. Now, I understand exactly what's being said when it comes to flat earth and ascension and finding your spiritual self, lowering or changing your frequency to get to that plane where you can make contact. And I'm going to just say no. It's all imagination. When I do my meditating and I'm asking for answers, and I'm a little weird talking about this kind of personal stuff, but when I'm in that mode, I'm about, let's say, 10 minutes into meditating at this point. I wait until I get to where I feel my vibration energy is. I to receive and send messages clearly. I ask, and my brain is giving me the voice, which is whatever it is I want it to be. It's my imagination that's creating this. And now we can get into a lot of different things with this kind of talk. We can get into talking about the law of attraction, or we can talk about thinking positively, or we might even be talking about getting into interdimensional waves of thinking and speaking with other beings. There's a lot of things and a lot of tests out there that show there's alternate, I hate saying it that way, many different dimensions. The science says that's true. There's a possibility, I should say, of different dimensions. So from thinking, from imagining, from meditating, lowering or raising your vibration frequency, or getting into that state of mind and body and soul to where you're going to get those answers, I say it's all imagination. And nobody's going to like that. But now you can say, Rich, you think that's your imagination creating, just like when I'm here at home. And who am I talking to over there? In my mind, I created a character that's really there. It isn't. But when I say, what are you doing? Don't get to the right video. Well, I'm talking right now, so forget it. Don't look at me. Look at me. What? You know what I mean? All that's fake. It's concocted. And I believe that's what we do when we meditate. But Rich, that's your inner voice. You're going to tell me that's my inner voice? Me? See, that's what they're saying, and I don't buy it. It's just me talking to me. Isn't it? I don't know. I hope that made sense because I'm having a hard time tonight getting the words out. Everything that's happening now, I mean, what is it? You want to tell me it's in the past, it's in the present, in the future? Yes, somebody will say. Yeah, it is. It's everything. Past, present, and future. And that's what we mean when we say you can talk to something 90 million light years away and get a response. Really? How? Just change your frequency. Holy shit. That's it? Yep. So show me how to do that. Well, you get into this position, then you got to think like this, calm your nerves, and da-da-da-da-da. I don't hear anything. Ever. I hear me with my thoughts saying, all right, if you want to say anything, say something now. I'll keep quiet for a minute. Still not hearing anything. I'm trying to wait for that voice. I want to hear it in my head. Is something going to be different than my voice? I'll give you 10 seconds to respond. And these thoughts are in my mind. This is what I'm saying. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, Niksha, don't do that in the chat room. Post 7 of the same things. It's kind of frustrating for everybody. I did a show, I think, on the Polish prisoner. I think I did a show on the Polish prisoner. Wasn't that the one where they kept them in these rooms and kept them awake? I'm thinking of the non-sleep. Niksha, I didn't want you to delete them. It was too late for that. But it worked because I saw there was something interesting going on in the chat room out of the corner of my eye. So the way you did that worked, but if I go and I look at the chat room, see, this is the thing with my show. I don't have guests. So if somebody else was talking right now, I could look in the chat room. but it's just me, and I have to keep my train of thought. If I'm in there reading, I can't do the show. It would be a show about the chat room discussion. It wouldn't be about what I intended to talk about. You know what I mean? But I will definitely look into that. Let me go ahead and say, what is it? Time to read Polish Prisoner. Let me write this down. All right. German saucer FBI document. FBI doc. Okay. Thank you. Would I read it now? Let's take a look. If it's interesting, sure. I'm sure it is. You wouldn't have told me. Polish prisoner. German saucer. So, is this it? This looks like it. Oh, it's in the email? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can get that up. Oh, I think I intended to talk about that anyway. Yeah. Well, let's do that. Very good. I didn't know where you were going. I didn't put two and two together. Very good. Okay. I actually have that ready, so let me get that set up. I don't want to let you see my email. Yeah, I had it already up. All right. Here it is. Come on. Hold on. I have to do it here. There we go there. I have to do it on another browser. Yes. It won't open up on this one. Just trust me. All right. Ah, Rich. See, this is why I... It's nobody's fault, but this is one of the reasons why I don't go into the chat room, because if I'm not ready for something, it kind of throws me off, but it's okay. It's worth it. Whoa, this is weird. All right, I think this is it again. Are you talking about the story that you sent me? I don't think, are you talking about the story? Not the pictures. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh my God, I don't, oh my God. It's just, I just can't think right now, guys. Hold on a second. I'm going to play a video real quick while I look for this, because I'm a little confused. I talk to a lot of people. Niksha, what is your email again? I can't remember. Just give me the first couple of letters so I know what to look for.
tell you that some other waves go through the water and everything. What about the ether? Einstein destroyed the ether, whereas guys like Tesla, Eric Dollard now, Ken Wheeler, they're bringing back the ether. Thank you very much. When they did the interferometer experiment, Sagnac and Michelson Morley, to see if the Earth is moving, what they did was they made this big table that turns, and they had light projecting from this angle, contrary to the supposed motion of the Earth, and then one's going in this way, which is going with the flow of the Earth. And what happens was they shot a beam of light across to a reflector, split the beam, split it again, and then recombined the beams of light, and they didn't have any interference patterns, proving that if you've got a round table that is turning on a spinning Earth, and you have beams going across each other, split and then recombined with no interference patterns, then nothing is moving that is solid. It's the ether. They proved, Michelson Morley, that the ether exists. Thank you, Pierluigi Ghino as well, the Italian genius, who said, the sun is rotating above our heads in the ether. And Marconi, they all knew this.
Are they part of the film? I mean, like, are they inside it, or are they just part of it?
Inside. They are inside of it.
With the stars, or what are you talking about?
They are on the firmament.
The stars are on the inside of the firmament.
No, they're
the stars
on
holes.
They're
Stars
in
are
the
holes.
filament.
They
When
are
you
in-
see a star, that's a hole in the filament.
Yes, but the sun is on the ecliptic under the stars. They are called the fixed stars. Then the 7 planets, we're calling them planets, but they are called the wanderers. The Greeks called them the 7 wanderers, okay? Because they also look just like the stars, but they keep moving, whereas, Taurus and Aries, their positions never move, and yet Jupiter's going through them every year, and Mercury and the Sun, they're going through them on the ecliptic. Well, those 7 planets, according to the Jewish system, like the Russian dolls, like an onion, layers within layers, we on the Earth, we are one layer. Then the Moon's layer, the Moon is the first portal. She's the first wormhole. She has the first sphere above our heads. I believe that's what they call the ionosphere, the troposphere, and all these spheres, and then they call them belts. Kuiper belt, asteroid belt, Van Allen belt, sphere, belt,
There's
sphere.
all the belts, man. Astro belt, Van Allen belt. Those are just
the planetary spheres.
Oh,
they are belts.
Yeah.
They are
Johnny's
belts.
mind is blown. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. That's what those.
So,
belts
do you think Nikola Tesla figured out, or did he know that we were on some flat, motionless plane?
Oh, absolutely.
How do we know that he figured that out?
There was a quote from him that said that we're living in a realm.
Yeah,
it is a realm. I'm not sure.
Realm, a dimension, a realm.
How come there? He died like in 47 or something, right? How come there isn't any video of him giving speeches or talking or interviews?
Exactly.
Why?
They wiped him?
I don't know. Possibly too dangerous and.
All right. I found it. Now I have it ready to go, so I'm going to finish this up and then we'll get back. We'll do the FBI documents. Thank you, Niksha. Yeah, as you resent it, I just found it. You have no idea. I'll talk about it later.
Time-lapse photography of the stars. There's only one motion. It's just all the stars are going around.
Oh yeah, I went fast.
It's like you just came up with it too, and it was awesome. Because according to mainstream science, there's four motions. We're spinning at the equator. The Earth is spinning 1,000 miles an hour. The Earth is going around
I talked about
the
this
sun
already.
at like 60,000 miles an hour or something like that. 60, it's 65, 66, something like that. And then the sun is going around the center of the Milky Way at like 600,000 miles an hour, some shit like that. And then the whole entire Milky Way is shooting through the universe, shooting through space 1,000,000 miles an hour. So that's 4 different motions. That's like being on some kind like a Ferris wheel that's spinning, but that's spinning this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you look at time-lapse photography of the stars, you look at time-lapse photography of the stars, there's only one motion. It's just all the stars are going around Polaris. And he said, why can't we detect 4 motions? There should be, especially at the incredible speed.
They can detect the 4 motions. That's how they know about them, you dillhole.
That they claim we're going, right?
Exactly.
So I use that. That's the one you came up with that.
I like how he uses YouTube video. I saw on YouTube on NASA that there's 4 different motions. If you point it at the star, we go around placenta, whatever star that is, I don't know. But how do they not show us the 4 different motions? I don't get it.
And
I know you don't get it. It's obvious.
And
I don't either.
Nathan Oakley, just an interview and just, soundbite, but just going popping back and forth. You, Eric Dubé, Nathan Oakley, Nathan Thompson, David Weiss, all the best guys, just boom. Because you guys, when I talk about flat Earth, I sound like a moron.
Yep.
And I don't convert anybody.
That's exactly right. That's the best meme I've ever heard. When I talk about flat Earth, I sound like a moron. Yes. Yes!
2014, early on in the piece, people were sending me videos of the early videos on flat Earth. And
who were the first ones on? Was Eric Dubé the first one on YouTube?
I think they were.
I think he was the first one, right?
They were the first ones, yeah. And the guys were making good arguments, how is it that a cannonball can shoot a cannonball
Yeah,
up?
the thing is, they were making good arguments because nobody ever had to worry about whether the Earth was flat or not for, 500 years until now? Within the last decade or so. Even though the flat earthers have been around the whole time. It's just with the internet and social media and whatnot, they're easily heard, the silent majority. And that's the only reason. Then when people started realizing that, oh my God, this is going viral, then the other people that know science came back and said, but you're not doing it the right way. The scale of the Earth is this, and you don't know about that, and you're doing it. It's just, show us a picture of a ball on Earth, they say. Tell us if the Earth is flat. Show us with a picture. NASA has to use a composite, and they paste all these pieces together. All right, big question of the day. What's the advantage of a flat Earth to a round Earth? What's the advantage? Eddie Bravo says it's easier to control people. What? Easier? What? It is? It is?
Stupid. And then it falls straight back into the cannon if the Earth is moving and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Then why is it we can't fly across the North Pole and you can't go to Antarctica? How come you're not allowed to fly over these places, huh? Well, the answer to that is it's a vast, desolate wasteland, and if you crash, you're not getting any help. And you're going to die. You're just going to die. The winds are severe. It's just a whole mix-up of storms because you're at the top of the world, man. 200-mile-an-hour winds. Hey, you think the planes can withstand anything? No. So they stay on the outside borders and go around it. Big deal. Well, we could save how many...
And aeroplanes flying from Los Angeles to Paris, 8-hour trip, going in reverse, 8-hour trip. I thought about that, and I'm thinking, wow, how can I ever disprove that? But I've had 4 years prior to that moment of teaching using the Ptolemaic stationary astrological model, but explaining it with heliocentric Copernican explanations. So people were seeing two things in my presentations. So because I was a truther, they were sending me the videos and putting me to the test and saying, well, hey, man, if you're a truther, what about this one? So I had to research it.
They're showing us pictures here while he's talking, some video clips of what a flat Earth is. And it keeps showing, water. That water always tries to find a level surface, a flat surface, right? And then they draw a line on the horizon looking out over the ocean and saying, where's the curvature? Well, first of all, they're only showing you maybe a 30-mile wide strip of the ocean. You realize it's 5,000 plus feet in a mile, right? How many miles around is the Earth? 25,000 miles plus? And they're showing us a 30 little mile strip that there's no curvature in 30 miles. You don't see curvature until 200 miles away. I don't know why it is, it just is. That's the general rule of thumb. And if you go straight up into space, 30,000 feet is only 7 miles. Well, it's less. What's 7 times 6? 42. No. 28,000. Let's say they go 4 miles up in the air. You're not going to see the curvature of the Earth 4 miles up, 5 miles, 10 miles. You start to see it at 20 miles, I believe, right? Isn't that it? 180,000 feet? Something like that. No? 200 miles up? It might be. Well, either way, I think it's pretty high. Think about this. You look up and you see the sky. It looks like it's right there, right? But it's very, very high. Couple hundred miles up there before you get into the orbit. Isn't it 200? What's the top of the Earth? What's the highest? Let me pull it up here. Ugh. 62 miles. The shortest distance, that's between Earth and space, or 100 kilometers straight up. So 62 miles. 62 miles. 60 miles times 5,000 is 300,000 feet. Whatever it is, it's freaking high. 60 miles before you get to the tip of space. That's amazing. All right. Well, I think there's not much more I could say, so I'm just going to play out a few more minutes, something I think that was interesting, and then we'll get to the FBI
Well,
files
put
real
pictures
quick.
of Earth from space. I heard that argument before. I heard like, dude, just go put pictures of Earth from space, but it was just like in the back of my head. So once I began, my quest to prove the Earth was a ball, that was the first thing I went to. Pictures of Earth from space, and I thought, look at all these pictures gonna come up. Earth gonna be round, gonna be a ball. So when they all popped up, I looked and said everything was like NASA.gov, NASA. And I was already a believer that the moon landings were hoax. And I knew couldn't trust NASA, but I had no idea. I thought NASA was about the moon and that's it. I didn't know NASA controlled all space information. I didn't know that. But once I figured that out, I go, wait a minute.
That's pretty dummy. Don't you think that's pretty dummy of him? He thought NASA was just about the moon. So Eddie, after we stopped going to the moon in 72-ish, what did NASA do for the remaining 45 years? Anyone?
These pictures are all coming from NASA, the same company that faked, or the same agency that faked the moon missions. Like, we got a problem here. I didn't know it was all NASA. I thought NASA was just the moon. That's all. They just fuck with the moon. That was their responsibility.
God, how do you go through life not knowing that? He is, and I've seen this a lot with people. They walk around life without caring about details. They're almost like just, they're not observant of things around them. That's what it is. And you can't educate yourself if you don't care about things around you. I understand it is no relative. You know, if you're like my mother is a very good driver, but is awful with directions. How do you not know where east is? You've lived here for 30 years. How do you not know? How do you not know that this is the name of this street before your street? Richie, I don't care about that. I just drive and I go by what I recognize. What? But she's always been that way. How do you not change or want to, just to make life easier? And I think Eddie Bravo and a lot of people are just going through life haphazardly, if that's even a thing.
I didn't know space was a responsibility. And I'm like, right away that night, I'm like, oh no, we got a problem here. We got a problem here.
Houston?
All these pictures are coming from NASA?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And then real quick, I'm like, they do look cartoony. And then they admit it. You look into it, it goes, oh, these are composites. And then they admit it. They admit that they're not real pictures.
Because there's nothing to hide, okay? Yes, NASA has somebody that comes in and colorizes everything. I think that was mentioned in the chat room. That is 100% accurate. They have a guy who adds clouds in, everything. Talk about shitty, right? All right, time to get to the, I think that's all I had to show. Oh, this is a really good video. The Delusions of Scientism. You know what? Because I was late tonight, we're going to go there after the FBI thing. I want to talk about this. So let me go here. All right, I got to move this in front. Oops, I got to change the camera angle. Hold on. To me, yeah, you're not going to be able to read this with me, I don't think. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help anybody, but I'm going to leave it like that. Nope, I can't do that either. That's right. Well, then I'd have to, all right, yeah, you're not going to be able to watch it with me. Well, I want to be presentable and be looking at you instead of off to the side, you know? I guess I could do it this way, but it's weird. I want to talk to you. All right. Plus, it's like old school radio. You got to trust my words. I'm going to turn off my light. No, I can't even do that. Let's dim that. There we go. That's actually good. So what are these? Boy, is this hard to read even here. These are United States Department of Justice. Hold on, I got these UFO files here. I just screwed that up. Yeah, I moved and I thought I knew what I was doing. Hold on, I'm back. All right. So these are released UFO files. Is that what I'm looking at here? I got this there. Let me take a look at this here. Hold on. I can't. I'm going to try to zoom in. It's not working on this thing. All right, here it is. All right, I zoomed in. Thank you. All right. So these are some unidentified flying object reports. RC Detroit teletype to Bureau, 7 July 11th, 1957, captioned, unidentified flying object. Interview of, and a lot of this stuff is redacted. So I don't know the name here, but it says interview of redacted, aka redacted, reported to, I can't read it. Reported in blank Reno, 5 copies of which of herewith for the Bureau was conducted by no indication or of irrational or otherwise abnormal behavior was observed during the interview. He advised that his communication was directed to Robert Outbisk rather than to President President Eisenhower. After seeing Mr. Cutler's pictures and identification with the redacted president's office in a local paper. They looked like in 1952 at Detroit, 4 small children in a small residence in an old Polish neighborhood at Detroit. No previous record located in Detroit. Oh yeah, this is about the Polish prisoners. That's right. I'm sorry. It's all coming to me. No previous record located in Detroit Deuces. I don't know what that says. Identifiable with redacted or his wife. See, it's very redacted. A lot of this stuff it's hard to see it because it's old, but that's just on this page. I'm going to go to the next one. Unidentified flying object, Detroit, November 7th, 1957, in response to a letter directed by Robert Cutler, Special Assistant to President Dwight D. Eisenhower, reflection that he might have some information about the rocket in Texas. Then it's redacted. Blah, blah, blah. Detroit, who interviewed November 7th, 57, and furnished the following information. Born February 19th, 1926, in the state of Warsaw, Poland. Hold on. In the state of Warsaw, Poland, redacted, was brought from Poland as a prisoner of war to Gutwald Golsen, I don't know, approximately 30 miles east of Berlin, Germany, in 1942, where he remained until a few weeks after the end of World War II. He spent the following years at displaced persons camps at work, Strasbourg, Offenburg, Wilhelm, and Freiburg, Germany. He attended a radio technician school at Freiburg, and for about a year was employed in a textile mill out at Lorenzschanden, Germany. He arrived in the United States, New York, in 1951 via the SS General Stewart as a displaced person destined to the Levrin, Lamsteck, Michigan, his alien registration number. This is very hard to read, and my eyes are burning. Since May of 1951, he's been employed at the Global Brewery in Detroit. News report of a mysterious vehicle in Texas causing engines to stall prompted him to communicate with the United States government concerning a similar phenomenon observed by him in 1944 in the area of Gutwald Golsen. According to redacted, during 1944, month not reflected, while en route to work in a field a short distance north of Golsen, their tractor engine stalled on a road through a small area. No machinery or other vehicle was then visible, although a noise was heard described as a high-pitched engine, similar to that produced by a large electric generator. Kind of like SS guard appeared and talked briefly with the Gerwin driver of the tractor, who waited 5 to 10 minutes, which the noise stopped and the tractor engine was able to be started normally. Approximately 3 hours later, in the same swamp area but away from the road where the work crew was cutting hay, he surreptitiously, because of the German in charge of the crew and SS guards in the otherwise deserted area, observed a circular enclosure approximately 100 to 150 yards in diameter, protected from viewers by a tarpaulin-type wall approximately 50 feet high, from which a vehicle was observed to slowly rise vertically to a height sufficient to clear the wall and then move slowly horizontally a short distance out of his view, which was obstructed by nearby trees. This vehicle, observed from approximately 500 feet, was described as circular in shape, 75 to 100 yards in diameter. That's pretty big, 200 to 300 feet. Stationary top and bottom sections, 5 to 6 feet high. Hold on. I want to make sure everything's still working. The approximate 3-foot middle section appeared to be rapidly moving component, produced a continuous blur similar to an airplane propeller, but extended the circumference of the vehicle so far as could be observed. The noise emanating from the vehicle was similar, but of somewhat lower pitch than the noise previously heard. The engine of the tractor again stalled on this occasion, and no effect was made by the German driver to start the engine until the noise stopped, after which the engine started normally. That's the same exact thing that just happened. And this seems to be like an electromagnetic energy wave, right? An EMP? Uninsulated metal, possibly copper cables 1 and 1.5 to 2 inches in diameter on and under the surface of the ground, in some places covered by water, were observed on this previous occasions, apparently running between the enclosure and a small concrete column-like structure between the road and enclosure. I don't know what that means. This area was not visited by Redacted again until shortly after the end of World War II, when it was observed that the cables had been removed and the previous locations of the concrete structure and the enclosure were covered by water. So somebody came in and removed it. Redacted stated that he had not been in communication since 1945 with any of the work crew of 16 or 18 men consisting of Austrian, French, and Polish POWs who had discussed this incident among themselves many times. Believer of these was able to recall by name only, Redacted, no address known, described as he was around 50 years of age and presumed by Redacted to have returned to Poland after 45. This is amazing stuff. November 8th, 1957. It's the same report. All right, let's see here. You will be advised of any further information which may be received regarding Redacted and the information furnished by him. Pursuant is your request, Mr. Redacted, letter to returned herewith. Sincerely yours, Edgar J. Hoover. Office of Security, Department of State. Just one. One director of CIA agency, or Deputy Director Plans. 1. Assistant Chief of Staff, Intelligence Department of the Army. 1. Director of Naval Intelligence. 1. Office of Special Investigations, Air Force. 1. Immigration and Naturalization Service. So we need all these people. Warsaw, Poland was German POW from 1942 until summer of 1945. See aliens, UFOs. Upon the interview, advised that while German POWs during 1942 to 45 described circular in shape, a 75 to 150 yards in diameter craft, approximately 14 feet high. The vehicle was observed to slowly rise. We know that story. It went over the fence. Now we're getting into the repeats. Pursuant to my conversation with you a few moments ago, there is enclosed a letter. Oh my God, my eyes are burning. Holy sh... Hold on, I gotta put eye drops in. I'm reading so close to the screen. Hold on a second. Wow. Hold on, I'm not gonna let you hang like this. Oh, my eyes are just going crazy. Hold on, let me put something on here. Well, it's an interesting story so far, and I don't think I can look this close. Hold on. Take a break for a second. Man. Yeah, my eyes were burning. I couldn't read that anymore. It just came over me. So, all right, I'm going to finish up here. Thank you for the break. All right. Now I can't see through these. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else in here. Okay, here's one. Report of sighting of unknown flying object near Danville, Illinois. So this doesn't have anything to do with the POWs. Why was this an interesting thing to talk about then? I don't understand. I'm going to pull something up here and see if there's a reason why. Hold on. All right, let's take a look. All right. Yeah, there's some interesting things here I could talk about right now. Like, a lot of people give George Adamski a lot of problems because he talked about a huge body of water surrounded by cities on the moon far side near equator. Contactees like Howard Menger and Buck Nelson also talked of rivers and lakes on the far side. We've been to the far side of the moon, though. Yes, I know it could be doctored. Yes, I know it could be fake. Yes, 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 yes. But is it? Well, let's see. We've got some photos here. And I want to thank Niksha for all this, because it's been a while and it's hard to get on top of everything, and I miss things and I rush and I get frustrated. So I am sorry if I didn't get to this sooner, but here we are. Oh my God, I've already watched this. Okay. Yes, these are... Oh my God, this is a really long video. But if we go... Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this. I got to make sure I can play it. It looks like I can. So I'm going to go here. And we're going to look at some of these so-called rivers and things. Here we go.
The equators. Already in autumn, when the vegetation is shedding its leaves, rare polyphony. Why did they use black and white film? To save money in a $300 billion project?
Yes.
Or to cover it up from us? They said, well, high resolution ability. Sure, but it hides up the vegetation. Not
right, but you can get a much clearer image from a black and white. It's just a fact. No, I'm wrong? Am I wrong on that? I don't think so.
This water skiing on the moon, I have given about 50 ratings.
But I understand it does give NASA the ability to cover up vegetation, running water, and all that stuff. But here we go.
Interviews all over the country, including a presentation at the prestigious and first royal venue in England, the Royal Wembley Arena, about water skiing on the moon. I heard a rumor by a major radio personality in this country that saw a private 8mm film shot with a private amateur camera.
Remember, Niksha, he just said he heard a rumor. He didn't take these pictures. NASA took them, so you can interpret them any way you want. But the only people who know the truth are NASA employees. So then that may bring into question, did we go to the moon at all? Because what if the pictures from the moon are really from Earth? I don't know. I'm just throwing these ideas out there. Because you got people who say we can't leave the atmosphere of Earth. Can't go into space. There's a firmament. It's all fake. Then you got people who say there's the Van Allen belt. We can't get around that now. So until we figure out how to go through the Van Allen belt without getting our scientists and astronauts sick, we're going to stay on Earth. So it all could be fake. Or either that, or there's really water on the moon or Mars, which they found. I know, they found it in rocks and things like that. But on Mars, I have yet to see real good evidence, and this is just me, that there's running water on Mars. I'm going to continue with this.
On the moon,
you know what? I've seen things that look like it could be running water, but then when you look at it the other way, it looks just like sand being thrown around by the wind.
Of the astronauts water skiing there on the lake in bathing trunks, which means that there's atmosphere, they don't need any suits. at a
water
government
skiing.
or private resort station there.
Water skiing.
Probably as a token of gratitude and as a reward for the guys keeping their mouths shut of what they saw on their Apollo flights. So until I have this guy on tape, on videotape, I will not reveal his name, but I did a little research on my own.
What's the difference? Why can't you tell us his name? Did he not give him permission?
Here is something that looks like a lake.
Looks like. Okay, looks like.
To me. Very suspiciously looks like a lake and some other lakes in the vicinity. This is the Tsiolkovsky crater. Now, this crater from another altitude.
But doesn't, I mean, do they really think we're that? Do they really think? I guess they do. They think we're not able to do any research because you know when an asteroid or a meteor or something hits the surface, it's going to unearth what's underneath the surface, and you get a discoloration of sediment. So this isn't anything unnatural. And this here is just it's like a water drop, you know, same thing with an asteroid. It hit so hard that the ground went in and then popped back up, you know, from the reverberation of the impact. This is a very common raised feature, almost like a mesa you would see in the Sonoran deserts.
Reveals some roads, some sightseeing roads. This is one of the major attractions there, obviously. And some interesting rectangular buildings and round buildings, and you can come and have a look for yourself. A round building, another round building, a rectangular building here.
See, I don't know. I've seen a lot of natural things that look like that, but is this a building? Is this a craft? I know it looks like it. Could be. I don't know. Let's see what else.
And the road, basically, it's very clearly visible here. The road circling the lake.
Wait a minute. Did that look like a real road? Hold on.
Which he very prestigious and first royal circling the lake.
Shit.
In a $300 billion project. Or to cover it up from us, they said, well, no, water skiing there on the lake in bathing trunks, which means that there's atmosphere, they don't need any suits.
They don't need any suits. There's an atmosphere, sure, but is it made up of the right concoction of... You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man.
Government or private resort station there, probably as a token of gratitude and as a reward for the guys keeping their mouths shut of what they saw on their Apollo flights. So until I have this guy on tape, on videotape, I will not reveal his name, but I did a little research on my own, and here is something that looks like a lake to me. Very suspiciously looks like a lake and some other lakes in the vicinity. This is the Tsiolkovsky
I know, I'm wasting
crater.
a lot of time on this.
Now, this crater from another altitude reveals some roads, some sightseeing roads. This is one of the major attractions there, obviously. And some interesting rectangular buildings and round buildings, and you can come and have a look for yourself. A round building, another round building, a rectangular building here. And the road, basically, it's very clearly visible here. The road circling the lake.
He's on the other side of the moon, right?
This is on all sides of the moon. And here, I have a full-color photograph, 8x11 photograph, of this giant lake. The water is so transparent, you could see the craters on the bottom of the lake through the water. Small islands here. Some.
Is this on Mars? Is this Mars?
Kind of a little archipelago here. Could it be the moon Gulago? Nobody knows. And other lakes here in the...
Oh, he doesn't know. Is this the moon Gallego?
far.
He's not sure where this is from. What?
Something is definitely going on the moon. We discovered wind,
I remember
atmosphere,
this.
vegetation. There have been many photographs of cloud formations over the moon, moving over the craters. Today they are here, tomorrow they are there. Let's consult our favorite tabloid press about some revelations. A World War II bomber was spotted in one crater and then it was gone. Weekly World News. Or a human skeleton photographed by Apollo astronauts on the moon. Some jeans or remnants of a belt here. A human barefoot footprint on the moon photograph. Obviously they want to tell us something. They want to prepare us for some future revelations, for some shocking admission that they probably didn't tell us everything about the moon. In a more glossy revelation by Ben Bova, the editor of Omni magazine, he talks about welcome to the moon base, and I wouldn't be amazed that this is probably exactly how the moon base looks like. Here he talks about an underground base, still assuming that there is no atmosphere. Maybe this was the first base that they built there in the 50s. The Russians and Americans jointly landed on the moon in the late 40s or early 50s and spent the first few nights there, guests of honor at the already...
Yeah, it seems to be there's a 40-second delay from what I am looking at to what you're looking at. So you're a little bit behind, obviously. So it could be a little frustrating for me in the chat room. So I'm trying to be more specific. And if you could too, about whatever it is you're saying. So far, so good. I'm understanding things. But I'm going to pull up these pictures. Hold on a second. I mean, this is cool as hell. I like all this stuff. I do. I really do. Should I just keep playing it? Because I don't even know if I'm allowed to. I just did it. I may have to remove it someday. I'm going to go to the pictures. Hold on a second. He is sourcing tabloid newspapers. It's exactly what he's doing. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. All right, I need to go back to the email, which I did the wrong thing again. I have two browsers open. I normally don't ever have another browser open. All right. Email. Here we go. There it is. Okay, I've got a new system I'm trying with using these two browsers, and so far so good, but I'll get better. All right, these are YouTubes. These are videos. What is this? Here's a gallery. Let's see what this is. Wow. Wow. Let me see if this works. Oh, I see. So this is just one picture at a time. Okay. I can leave that open though and do this. See, this is usually where prepping before the show comes in handy, but I didn't expect to go over 2 hours and talk about this. All right, let's go. I'll pull this one up for you. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Open up that. Okay. So Lake Silkovsky on the far side of the moon. Tsiolkovsky. Canadian UFO report for May through June 1969 carries reproductions of 2 photos of a lake on the hidden side of the moon taken by astronauts in Apollo 8 last December. Why these pics were not featured in American publications is your guess. we made our stencil drawings from the photos. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Hold on, I need a drink. The upper photo may have been made from the basic orbiting altitude of 70 miles. The lower one, close-up of the mountains island in the lake, may have been taken from the LEM altitude of 9 miles. Editor John Magor of quote-unquote reports writes that the Russians picked up pictures of the lake in 1959 when their unmanned satellites first orbited the moon, no doubt, and called it Tsiolkovsky Crater. Obviously, Russian authorities are no more ready to admit the presence of air and water on the moon and the possibility of supporting native moon beings than are American authorities. Wow. Mountainous rocky island in the lake. So that's unbelievable. This is what the guy was showing. Here's Lake Tsiolkovsky. Let's do this right. Tsiolkovsky. Man, that's hard. Here you can see some what look like artifacts, maybe rocks underneath here too. Here it is. Same with frame auto correction to remove the excess yellow of the atmosphere. Color photo of the lake. Oh, what is that? Source Vladimir Terziksky. Pretty awesome. I still don't know if it's a lake. I think this is just coal. I know, it looks just like a lake. It really does. Lake from northwest perspective. So, Rich, if it does, then why don't you believe it? Because nothing else. I've seen other pictures that look like this of other craters. And I just think it's a discoloration. So, okay, it's on the other side of the moon. Okay, let's talk about this logically for a minute. If it's on the other side of the moon, it doesn't seem to get a lot of sunlight, right? Isn't it in perpetual motion? Or I don't know what they call that. Looks like we're in handshake spin. We're connected. One side of the moon always faces the Earth, but does the dark side of the moon get sunlight? Yeah, I'm sure it does. I don't know. Anyway, if there was a lake over there, just look at the rest of the terrain. It doesn't look like, yes, I know in Arizona, there are lakes, like Lake Havasu is in the middle of a desert. Doesn't look just like this. And it is in the middle of a desert. It's natural environment before it got populated at Lake Havasu, Arizona. You know, it looked just like this. So it could be a lake. But the rest of the environment doesn't make sense. In Lake Havasu, you did see other things that told you, you know, this is like a place where there's life. Trees, animals. This doesn't really give us anything. Unless these are supposed to be trees, I don't know. Or, you know, like dead bushes. It's all dead around it. At least that's what it looks like. All right. Same frame, the auto color correction to remove the excess yellow of the atmosphere. Could this be shadow? You know, it looks different now from the other picture. See over here? Okay, let's take a look at something. Here's these two little heads up here. Can you see this? Let me point it out better, just doing it this way. Do you see these right here? Let's take a look and see if they're in the previous picture. Yes. Yes. So far, so good. All right, so they're in the other pictures, but I think it's the same picture, just different colorization, right? Oh, no, I thought maybe I was thinking maybe it's shadow. Maybe it's a shadow effect. Yeah, here's those two finger heads again right here. So whatever this is not like anything else, right? I mean, this has a shadow, but it is interesting. In this picture, it looks like the sun is up top going this way. So is this mountain range right here very tall? Like this comes out of the center pretty much, right? And it rises up. So it could be the same, like maybe as tall as this. Maybe this is just a shadow effect. Then what creates these two bulbous things here? If the sun is here, what creates this? It would have to be something over here. So this could be a shadow effect. No? I don't know. Oh, look, I have to look at it at all different ways. All right, so what is this? Front page, moon water discovered. Yep, that's the lake, all right. Sure looks like a lake. You could even see different sediments here. Look at this, as if it was taller. You see that? Oh, that's a good picture right there. Look at this line. This white line that runs along the rim. You can see it all the way around. Okay. Holy crap. Now I have to say, is this the picture of the moon or is it Earth? Wow, what a great pick. Look at this. That sure looks like water. Sure does. And the weird thing is, it looks like Lake Havasu. Holy shit. Holy, maybe I'm right. Maybe it's Havasu. You think? No? Well, we're going to find out. I've got to move this. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That's okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's open up this. And we're going to get a picture. That's right, you guessed it. What did I tell you? I told you it looked similar. Right? Just a little bit. It's kind of bulbous right there, just like that other one. No? Oh, I shut it down? I accidentally shut it down. What a stupid... Oh, no, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. I hit the wrong one. All right, looks nothing like it. Okay. Yeah. That was a good effort, though. Look at the face right there. Are you telling me this might be alive? All right, thank you. Yeah, you can go now. It looks just like that picture. I mean, the way the surrounding rocks and even when you look inside of it, you know? If this would ever open up, we would get an answer to that. What is going on? This doesn't look right to me. This is definitely not right. What is this? How did it get to this? Boy, I'm telling you. All right. Well, there's Havasu. Doesn't look anything like it. All right, let's get out of here. I should have left it open. So, I don't know, just to look at these things, these pictures, and let me pull up another one. It's pretty interesting, though, you know. Whoops, I don't want to show you that. Pretty interesting. All right, here we go. Let's see what else we got. FBI document confirming German field propulsion craft. That was part of the documents. November 7th, 1957. I don't think I read this one. This one I meant to read. Oh. From the FBI, in response to a letter directed by him, Cutler. Did I already read this? This is Robert Cutler, Special Assistant to President Eisenhower, that he might have some information about the rocket in Texas. Yeah, didn't I already read this? Yeah, I thought I did. It was just by happenstance that I came upon it, and I had another link to it, so I thought I missed it. Yeah, that's the one where it caused the engine to stall, with the tractor, and then when it left, then they saw it again, and, it stalled again. That was that one. All right. Wild, wacky stuff. What we got? What's the next thing? Because there was some more I wanted to talk about. Thousands, holy crap. All right, hold on. Here we go. I would like just to get off the topic for a second. And I want to share with you some of the things that... This is a very short segment. I just want to talk about what I'm learning about doing a live stream and doing a good one, doing one where it wouldn't fail. Like, now this would be the 7th show in a row. We may have fixed the problem here. The record's 8. So after tonight, if I do another show and we don't have any issues, then we would have tied the record of continuous shows without a disruption. But still need the computer because there's some things that I don't want to wait to load up. And you guys deserve a much better show. So I wanted to look into the cost of what it takes to be a really good podcaster. And I got to tell you, I think this is more. It's one person can handle it, but there would be the percentage of mistakes would triple, I think, if you didn't have another person helping you. Because a lot of things have to happen at the same time that if you don't hit the buttons right, it won't work. Either the joke would fall flat or, the video wouldn't play right. I don't know. But to do the show the way I would want it done, I would need a producer. But they give you the best chance to do it on your own with these type of things. So I'm going to show you right now. So the best equipment for live video streaming, this is a couple of years ago, but it still applies today, I'm sure. Okay, first thing, this is really short, so we're not going to spend, this is, I think, cameras, right? All right, we know all about this. Let's get it. Affordable multi-camera production. The use of various camera angles in a single stream allows organizations to tell a more complete story. Video producers have recognized this and are seeking affordable options to allow them to have more than one camera. Virtual reality and 360-degree video streaming. Encoding 4K live cameras. $798 for that little guy. 4K. I'm using a computer camera. You know the one that came with it? It's okay. But if you wanted 4K at an affordable price with 20 times the zoom, picture-in-picture, wireless, touchscreen, this might be good for your show. This camera is like the one I used to have that I sold a few months ago when I needed the money. Well, last year. Not a few months ago, but This one is $2,100. It's a Canon. I love Canon. I also love Sony. This one here is HD, SDI, 20 optical, touchscreen, good at low light. Here's a nice bad boy. This one shoots in UHD 4K up to 60 frames per second. It's an MP4 MOV recording in 4K. High quality, 13 times zoom, 2 SD card slots. This is the one I was thinking about getting. The Blackmagic Micro Studio Camera 4K. Now, I know it looks like my GoPro, and I could use the GoPro for the show. And I don't know why I'm not, but I can. I forgot about that. Do you know I could wear my helmet? I have a thing where the camera goes on the helmet. You may have seen one of my videos last year. And when I was playing with the GoPro. And what it does, it's synced up with your phone, the GoPro. So whatever it sees, you see on the phone. And you can do all sorts of things. Zoom it, change it, go live with it. I was impressed. So there's so much I can do. So I'm going to look at my own camera that I have now. But this is just showing you what you need. If you want to do it professionally, smoothly, not have any issues, this is what I like. $1,000. It's a video switcher. It's got 4 inputs, preview, and you can program the outputs. It can be controlled manually or through a PC, iPad. Picture-in-picture, green screen effects, built-in audio mixer. Well, today, somebody gave me the link, I believe it was Closer Encounters, to a new streaming device that I could use for the show. It's $25 a month. OBS is free, but that's not the problem either. I'm not able to play videos like we're doing here. I'm not able to showcase things. You can only have overlays. But if I wanted to do an interview with somebody, I can do it and stream it live, and it would go right here to YouTube. They make it so easy that I almost bought it today, but I'm going to wait till I get a job. But it was amazing. And what is it called? Oh, no. I wrote it down. All right. So it's got to be in my... I can't remember. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I can find it in 2 seconds. I know I wrote it down for the show. Why isn't it showing up? Hold on. Oh, shit. All right. I think I got it. It's got to be right here. No. It's got to be across the way. But here, I'll find it in 2 seconds. Anyway, this thing, when I saw it, I was so happy that this option is out there, because you can get up to 6 people on the stream at one time with just a click of the button. Everything's done for you. I can't wait to find it. Here we go. All right, let's see what it is. Oh, here it is. It's called StreamYard. I'll show you. It is a fresh of breath air. What's that? Look, it even has me here. You can have it, you get 20 hours for free a month. So if I did 10 shows, 10 interviews, this is unbelievable. Look, here it is. Just create the broadcast. Look, here's the one that the test I did today. I couldn't believe how easy it was. I don't know how to play it. Oh, let me get this on the screen for you. I apologize. So you can, here, let me show you how easy. Create a broadcast. Broadcast to, I can record only, or do I go to my YouTube channel, or it does anywhere you want. I think it's Facebook and it may just be YouTube and Facebook for now. But if I went into record only, it's the same thing. So I don't have to worry about double streaming. So here we go. Title, test 2, live, create broadcast. Just showing you how easy. And that's it. You're entering a broadcast studio. Pro tip, your guest can share. Now, you know my computer's still working. If this was OBS, yeah, I can't access my camera or anything because I'm using it. But this is it. Enter without mic or cam. All right. I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's because I'm using them now. But this is it. So if I wanted to have 2 people on and set up the diagram that way, I can do it this way, set it up this way. They give you all these options on how you want your show to look. They even give you the ability to do green screen. And I have a green screen, which means I can do stuff, have things going on behind me. And I'm not sure if I could get the green screen down, then I may be able to play my videos with the green screen. And it would just be behind me. I would just move out of the way and you'd watch the video. Brilliant. Anyway, so this is it. I can mute. This is where, I know I'm not connected now. That's fine. But it's all, this is it. And they give you a chat room. This is the chat room to YouTube. So I'm thinking tomorrow, I'm going to test it during the day. So just maybe around midday, if I'm home. You can put banners up. You can privately chat with somebody. It's very nice. Anyway, that's called StreamYard. And if anybody's looking to do a show out there and they don't want to have any effects or anything going on, you know, like playing videos, because that's the only thing that's different with me, is that I like to play the videos. If I didn't play any videos, I would be using StreamYard. So what I'm thinking is there may be nights where I'm doing StreamYard if I'm not going to play any videos. But I'll test it tomorrow. I believe we may have found something that could be the future of streaming the show. Because you know they're only going to get better. They're probably going to add. But it is $25 a month if I want to have some special things. You get unlimited, I believe unlimited hours to do a show. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Anyway, back to this, and then we're almost out of here. This here, it's called a professional switcher. $2,300, guys. $2,400. Actually, with tax, it'd be $26. Then you got to get the insurance. $2,750. It's expensive. But it has 10 SDI inputs, 1 HDMI. But it's a rack mountable production switcher. Lets you add graphics, lower thirds, titles, and logos. See, all this stuff I don't have. Picture-in-picture, green screen effects. That's the next big thing for this show. So I almost bought this, but now I can't. I don't have the money. But fully automated plug-and-play live video encoder anywhere, the Boxcaster. 30 frames per second, rugged bulletproof plastic, automatically records the video it encodes, streams directly to Facebook Live, serves video to any sized audience, captures highlights, and offers special promotion tools within the Boxcast dashboard. Look at all these things, man. For $295, converts SDI video signals to HDMI and the other way around. Wow! That's incredible. Anyway, guy's a millionaire already. Josh Clements. Anyway, these are just some of the things I would like to see implemented. Not all of those, but the next thing I would like would be something just to make, if I didn't have to get a computer, which once I get the computer, I think all of these other things go away. Like the camera is going to be awesome in the new computer. So I don't think I need one. I don't need this, the camera. I don't know. I think once I get the computer, it takes care of any problems. I just want a smooth operation. I don't even like it if it lags a little bit. To me, that's rude. I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, you would think over a 2 to 3 hour video show on the internet, you're going to run into problems every now and then with the signal. It's just the nature of the beast. Even if you have the best computer on the planet, sometimes you're just going to have signal interruption. Anyway, very cool. A lot of good things going on. Now, tomorrow night, it's an interesting night because I have to celebrate something with family tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll be doing a show. But I am looking for an on-site location that I could go to do a live stream. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm very excited to find out. I'm very excited to find out. It'd be nice to know what I'm going to do every now and then. You know, nobody knows. Does anybody care? Nobody cares. What's that? We already went. We went balls deep tonight. What's this? Oh, I like this. All right. Sounds familiar. Why do I know this? Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're going to get the health out of here. 3-hour show. I didn't expect this. What is it, Wednesday now? It's Thursday. All right, so if you want to become a supporter of another kind, you can join the Patreon club at patreon.com/GUFON Radio. You could donate at gufon.org, super chat, and or become a free member of the GUFON network at gufon.net, which is gufonnetwork.ning.com as well. I want to thank everybody who super chatted. That was an awesome night. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. You know who you are. I just can't think right now. I'm a dick. I don't mean to be. But it was a good show. I want to thank Niksha for guiding me through the email and everything else. I want to thank my producer. Oh, me. Oh, what are we? We're halfway. I'd like to thank my family. Without them, none of this could be possible. And the Lord Jesus Christ, alien God Zitch, is my Jesus Christ. I thank you. And we named Skinny Bob Robert. Anytime we talk about Robert, he gets respect as the best alien ever seen. I like you, Robert. I hope you're still with us. I'd like to thank everybody that I talked about. You took it right on the chin. Congratulations. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. We'll probably be back tomorrow, but if not, definitely Friday. So I hope you have a nice rest of your week as we're now over the hump day to Thursday. I'll see you next time. Giddy up. song. I'm not a big fan of this one. It's alright. Can we rock out? Rock out. Why can't we rock out? Go ahead, you can rock it out. People would love it if you rocked out. I'm loving it. Kick it! Come on! You suck. Nah, you're playing the wrong one. You schmoho. Alright, it's better than nothing. See you guys later. GUFON lives inside us all. Yeah! Headbang like never before for GUFON radio stream. I don't like saying GUFON. Here we go, everybody! Yeah! 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 Where is everybody? There he is! Hey, Richie! Oh, little kid, I got candy. I'm the best! I'm the worst! I'm going to kill you! Somebody stop me! We will! Yeah. Yeah. Come on, everybody! Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, GUFON Radio, coming at you live every time we're on. That's right. Yeah. Brother. Everybody! I know, we're done. Go. Still done. It's a long way. End the song already. So for those of you that are still here, I gotta talk to you real quick. Shh. Come on, come in. It's okay. I'm trying to think of how to say it. How do you say this? How do you say this? I had it in my mind, which is why we're here right now. I had a way of wording what I want to say to you, but I lost the formation of those words. Give me a second. Maybe I'm in the wrong vibration. Maybe. What's that? Okay. Just give me a second. I gotta think of something good to say. Shh. It's called saving face.